Hello, everybody. The eye bags, they do not lie. I am as tired as I look. If you saw over on IG, my baby has been up since 2 o'clock in the morning. Look at those eye bags. 2 o'clock in the morning. And she wants to be baby worn, and so I'll put her in the baby weary thing. And she fights her nap. She's super fuzzy. And then as soon as I get her to, like, doze off, well, then I have to use the bathroom. Or my toddler needs a diaper change, or something happens where I need to take her out and put her down. And then she's right back to, like, awake and fighting her nap. And I'm a tired mom. And last week was Sean's marathon week. So we're still recovering from that because on his day off, I don't know why. There we go. And on his day off, we did way too much. We were very busy. And he helps the best he can, but he still has to work. So he still needs to be, like, good to drive long distances because we live pretty far away from his job. Well, this morning, he woke up with her at 2, and he tried to calm her until he had to leave, in which case, obviously, he passed the ball to me, which was more than I could ever ask. This is not a diss on Sean at all. Like, Sean goes way above and beyond for me and our children, and I could never say a bad thing. I could never say a bad thing about him, but I'm exhausted. I'm tired. Saying I'm running on empty would be like a total a downplay of how I'm feeling. But I still have to get up. I still have to be a mom. In fact, my 2 big kids have karate tonight. So despite being up for the last 12 hours, just have to keep on trucking on. And we have to, this is bothering me. This is my notebook where I write letters, and it keeps, like, getting into frame because every time I move the desk, it, like, moves the phone, but it is what it is. Just gotta keep on keeping on, because that's what you do when you love people, when you love a bunch of people, namely my children. So I brought a couple things out today. I want to play with Pretty Grunge. This is a palette I talked to Sean about in the summer, and he told me, he's like, I don't think you're gonna get that much use out of it. I was like, this is totally my vibe. Like, how could I not get use out of this? And how often do you guys think you reach for this? And when I do reach for this, it's to say, like, I'm surprised I don't reach for this more. So Sean was right. I'm disappointed to say, because it totally is my aesthetic. But I think the thing is, it's a little bit too, it's too muted. Like, it's grungy, but it's very neutral, you know what I mean? And I'm into, like, but Pretty Grunge is a way of life. The time to rise up, rebel, and redefine beauty standards. This modern smoky palette is packed with wearable matte shades and nudes, browns, and eggplants contrasted against decadent, sparkly blacks and silvers. Multi-chromatic foils and a grungy black eye gloss for an added edge. So with that, I pulled out Satara Sparkles, my Kulfi. I really want to get some use on these this year because I don't want them to dry out. They really are that good. Like, they're that girl, but I don't think to reach for them. And then Cosmic Rocks. Again, I had to have it. Couldn't possibly live without it. And how many times have you guys seen me reach for this? Look at that shift. But I have so many blues and purples. That's why I don't reach for it. But this is, I mean, it's that girl. It really is as sparkly as... she's upset, but she's been upset. She wants to be warm, but she doesn't want to sleep. She's fighting her nap. And I'm still not sure if she's sick or if she's sleeping or both. I don't really know. All I know is your girl is tired. Your girl is so tired. My back hurts, like, and I know I complain a lot, but I don't like complaining when my kids can, like, hear, and I know, like, my babies are right there, obviously, so they can hear, but they don't really understand. But once my big kids come home, like, I don't want them to hear me say, like, oh man, I'm so tired, because I don't want them to think it's their fault. Like, it's not their fault I'm tired, it's my fault I'm tired. And, like, they're just kids, you know? And I don't want them to, like like, if we end up having this karate night, because I just cannot, like, I'm on my second cup of coffee, and I put 2 scoops of the instant coffee in there. So I'm at 4 scoops of instant coffee today, and I'm still just, like, so drained. I don't want them to blame their siblings and be like, well, it's your fault, we're not going to cry. Like, I'm not saying my kids would do that, because my kids honestly are really sweet, but, like, you know what I mean? I don't want them to ever blame their siblings for anything ever, so I'm trying to get it all out of my system before they get home. I hear you, mama girl. I hear you. I think this is the hardest part of parenting, when you just know there's something you could do. Because, like, she just doesn't feel good. Well, there's something I could do. I could wear her. But my back. And you guys all know, every time she's fighting her nap like this, and I take her out of her bed, and I put her on the floor, you guys all know how that goes. It never goes well. But I can see her. She has her thumb in her mouth. I can literally see her. She's trying to escape her crib. She's, like, pressing her face up against it. Oh, Sable. Oh, I make this mistake every day. Hey, gorgeous. Hey, gorgeous. Wow. Wow. You're not feeling good. You're just a gorgeous little baby. It's not your fault. It's never your fault, Mama. It's never the baby's fault. Oh, here, look, it's your elephant. I have this in a bunch of different animals for my kids. My daughter had a monkey, and my son has a dinosaur. He still sleeps with a dinosaur to this day. Oh, she has the elephant. Huh, Mama? Yeah, you can see Mommy. See, Mommy's right here. Mommy's not going anywhere, Mama. No, ma'am. Anyway, now that I've given my backstory of why I feel like I'm going to be quiet today, I'm tired. So that's why I'm anticipating being quiet today. But every time I say that, I watch back the footage to edit it. And I'm like, oh, wow, you weren't quiet at all, girl. There was one video where I was, like, yawning my guts out, though. And I think it was Julie commented, and she's like, oh, man, my ribs hurt from watching that yawn. I'm like, girl, I felt it in my soul. Like, the weight of the exhaustion. But I'm telling you guys, it's Sean's freaking 100-hour week, because the 100-hour week is exhausting, and then this week we're going back to normal after that, and it doesn't just, like, happen really fast. Like, it takes time to go back to normal after a week like that, so it's hard to get back into normal, because by the time this week is, like, over and we're back to normal, it's almost time to do it again. So I'm gonna go in with Love Anarchy. I don't usually use the warm tone side of this palette. Not saying that this is very warm tone, but every time I've used this palette, I'm pretty sure I've gone with the purples. So I'm trying to intentionally not go in with the purples. But I'm looking at this palette and I'm like, man, it's pretty. Like, it really is so pretty. So, like, I bought it because it's my aesthetic, and, like, I still maintain it's my aesthetic. I still think it's gorgeous. It does not get as used as it should. But, Mama, what are you doing? We don't do that. We don't do that. We don't chew on that. Sable bird. I call her Sable Bird because her name is Sable Wren. And I just think it's cute. I must say, Love Anarchy is not. It's applying pretty patchy, actually. You guys see that? What are you doing, Bird? What are you doing? Your book is right here. Look. Yeah. Yeah, that's Sable's. That's for Sable to play with. Yes, ma'am. Yep, we signed our kids up for karate officially. They were doing the trial for a little bit. We've been bouncing from sport to sport to try to find like the sport for us because it's hard. I'm trying, they're in an age group where they're either in the same class or they barely miss each other because my oldest is 8 and my daughter is 5. So it's either like 6 is the cutoff or 5 is the cutoff, and it really depends on, or sometimes 7 is the cutoff, like the other way. So this is something where they're both in the same class because it's 5 to 10. Well, I think it's like 5 to 9, so 10-year-olds are in the next class. But they tend to have fun, like, together. I think they're just very comfortable with each other, so that's why. But it's worked out. They've had a lot of fun. I like the way that the instructor handles them. So, yeah, we decided to sign them up. I'm unclear on scheduling because we signed them up for a certain amount of classes a week. They had like a 1 class a week and then a 2 class a week and then unlimited classes a week. But it didn't have me choose like days. What are you doing? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I said, what are you doing? Here, it's your elephant. I'm trying to keep her from going under my bed because she's just small enough to get under there. And I am big enough where it's uncomfortable to get under there to get her out. So, trying to not allow that, but of course. The baby's gonna do what the baby's gonna do. Yes, ma'am. It's true. It's true. My toddler is so smart. He's so smart. He likes to play with the ornaments, and so we put them up on the tree, you know, high enough where he can't reach them. This boy's grabbing chairs. I'm like, and he's so fast. Like, if I go to change his, he knows he's not supposed to do it because he won't do it in front of me. But if I go to change his sister's diaper and he wanders off, he's getting to the tree. Luckily, we don't have like breakable ornaments or glass ornaments or anything. It's literally just like plastic ornaments because we have so many small people running around. So many of you, and you guys love ornaments. Grr. She says, grr. Where'd it go? Hey, beautiful girl. I'm gonna take Cosmic Rocks. I want to use this more. I really, really do. I want to use everything more. But like, look at how beautiful this is. There was a point in time where these were going for like $300, $400 in Mercari, by the way. I did not pay that for mine. I think I paid like $40 for mine, I want to say. Maybe it was $30. I'm not exactly sure. I didn't pay no like $400, but some people did because they were like actually selling. I was hoping they were going to bring, it's Charlotte Tilbury. I was hoping she was going to bring it back this year, but she didn't, which surprises me actually because they're very sparkly. I mean, they're so pretty. The thing that they brought for holiday this year was actually like the complete opposite of this because this was very sparkly and very pretty. And the thing that she put out this year, it was like a base palette, but it was very, very barely there look. Like, super, super barely there look. And people are saying, like, the quality of the products, mama, aren't bad. It's just not, it really is just, like, a wash of color and not what people were, like, wanting or expecting out of the collection. I think I'm gonna take the shade. I was trying to stay on the brown side though. I might take avant-garde. Tell me that wasn't like the most me choice ever, taking like the darkest shade in the palette. I do really like the palette though. And it's really funny to me, and like it's kind of validating because every time I reach for literally anything in my collection, it doesn't matter what it is, I'm like, ooh, this is pretty, like I like this, like I should use this more. And then of course I'm on to the next thing, which I mean is fine because it means everything's getting used, but I'm like, I know what I like what I like, and it's not that I dislike it, it's not my collection not getting just because I dislike it. It's in my collection it's because I have too much stuff, which I don't think is much better, but it does make me feel better because it wasn't like a total waste of money. Also, I got this like secondhand off Mercari. Now, it wasn't as good of a deal as I thought it was because Pretty Grunge was actually on Black Friday through Charlotte Tilbury. Okay. Now, I want to go back into Love Anarchy. Ooh, and I think I want to take Brave. Ooh, no, I want to take Beauty Chaos, which is like a pink, and Love Anarchy. And that's going to be my crease. Yes, that was pretty. That was a good choice. That was a really good choice. But considering I got this palette like over the summer and not during Black Friday, it was a good deal for when I purchased it. But did I need to purchase it right then? Like, had I known a brand new one? I mean, it was like barely touched. I think she swatched like a shade. But had I known a brand new one would have been on sale for Black Friday, I would not have purchased it. Oh, that's so pretty though. Oh my god. But I do not regret the purchase. I wish I used it more. That's my only complaint. But the purchase itself was a good purchase. Like, pretty palette. Definitely bring this one out more because it's so pretty. So pretty. That's what I'm seeing. Mommy does want to bring out this palette more because it is so beautiful. I'm gonna go back into Cosmic Rocks because I really like the sparkles. I don't want to lose the sparkles. And for those of you that know, this is what happens when I let her out of her crib during nap time. She starts playing the drums on the desk. And then I put her back in the weary thing like after I'm done with the makeup to edit my video, and she's snoozing. So I know she's tired. I know she is. It is what it is. It is what it is. Yes, ma'am. It is what it is. Oh, yes, ma'am. It's true. Yep, it is true. She's baby, yep. She's baby, yep. That is true. She is cute, yep. This is the mama, yep. Yes, sir. Yes, indeed. That's pretty. That really is pretty. I'm gonna take this same brush, and I want to go in with Liberty, which is like the warm tone, orangey kind of color. And that's gonna be my lower lash. I'm surprising even myself with some of these choices here, but why not? I'm trying to be very intentional to make sure I'm reaching for my singles because I do like my singles. I really like my singles. I just don't use them enough, which Sean talked me out of getting. I was going to place an unearthly order yesterday because Shadow Sculpt Ghoul is like singing to my heart at the moment. But then he keeps reminding me, like, you order Lightwork 6, like, hi beautiful. You ordered Lightwork 6. Lightwork 6 isn't here yet. Like, we're still making payments on Called Sirens. And I haven't tried out Call of the Sirens like sufficiently yet, nor have I tried out Grounded, nor have I tried out Crown Royal. There's a lot of palettes, and Oceanic I want to try out more. And then there's some palettes that I've had in my collection that I haven't reached for in a while. that I want to. Like the Wicked palette from Ram. Have I even pulled that out in like the last 6 months? I don't think so. I want to use my Pat McGrath palettes more. Like there's just too much. Too much. I actually really did enjoy my eyeliner yesterday though. Should I take my purple one though? I feel like I should use purple stuff from Fenty. Because that would look like really good with this, I feel. Do I do, or do I do green? Because I think like a little bit of a green would be cute too. Let's do that. Caranova. Unicite. I'm never, am I going to empty this in this lifetime? That's it. That's all I have left. Okay, I'll finish it in this lifetime. How long from now? Well, that's the question, isn't it? I don't know. In this lifetime, though. Okay. I really liked what I did yesterday. Oh, I had a lot fall out. Okay. So when I fall out, I think... Yeah, it's pretty. I'm sure my face is doing all kinds of cute things at the moment. Should I know that? I'm telling you guys, I do my makeup and then I instantly have like so much energy. I tell people like I need to do my makeup for my self-care. I have to. And this is what I'm talking about. Like if I don't do it, like I am not gonna have energy for the day. But now I do. So yeah. My makeup is my self-care. I actually forgot a step that I wanted to do for this eye look though. Okay, so the step I'm missing that I want to do is I want to take my Satara Sparkles and I want that to be my inner corner. That was like way more than I intended to put on my finger, by the way, but I keep thinking that this shade is dried out because I barely use it, and it's a cream eyeshadow, but then every time I go to use it, it's more creamy than I seem to remember or seem to think like it ought to be. So I pick up way more than I intended to. But it's still a cream eyeshadow, so just trying to be very mindful. That's also why I got the blue one finally after agonizing for so long over that. But I haven't opened it yet. Not because I don't want to, because I want to. It's just I know for how often I reach for cream shadows. The two I have open, I mean, and they're like almost full. Granted, I got this one secondhand off Mercari. But I know for a fact she had it open since at least February 2025 because that's when I started seeing it on Mercari. I think I bought it in like May or June. But yeah, it's been open that whole time. I look very pretty. Very, very pretty. I was gonna try a new mascara today, but I think I'm just gonna use my tubing mascara. Partially because I don't want to get up again. And partially because I actually really do like this mascara. yeah, I also have some, I don't know if I told you guys, but I got the Ice Cream Beauty duochrome thing in November, and I haven't tried any of them yet. It just came in like a week ago, but I was really excited when it came in, and I was like, oh, they're so pretty. And then like I thought to reach for them, but I just like haven't, because like for today's look, I knew I wanted to pull in my singles. I was like, well, today would be a good day to pull in one of the Ice Cream Beauty ones, but I didn't. And part of that is it's not a cream shadow, so it's gonna last longer than the ones I pulled, which are both old. I mean, the Charlotte Tilbury one for sure was released holiday last year, so that was manufactured over a year ago. And the Kulfi one was also manufactured over a year ago because it's been open since at least February. So I really gotta move on. I really gotta just be intentional and focus on them. Whoa, mama girl. But also, like, this cream shadow grunge, and this palette is a cream shadow. So I also have to be intentional to use that one. And I'm pretty sure Renegade is also like a, I remember it being like a liner shade. I use it for my smoky eyes, but yeah. So those two are gonna go bad quicker than the rest of the palette, obviously. Just too much stuff. And then I have Dirty Martini, which I thought I saw mold in already. I allowed myself to think it's not mold, but I haven't reached for that one in a couple months now, so I guess if it grew, it's gonna be pretty hard to deny the molding because it was pretty sketch looking last time. It was. I intentionally ignored it, but if it got worse, I don't think there's gonna be any overlooking it this time around. I hear you, Mama. Mommy's almost done. Mommy is going so fast. She's just like, what the hell? I love my children. I love my children so much. Oh, I'm not using. I shelved this because I'm not gonna finish it by the end of the year, so I'm using this one, which stinks. It really, I've never smelled a product like this before. Like, this is the quickest anything has ever gone off on me before. I think it's the only thing that's gone off on me quite like this, because it reeks. And it's not old, so check your Say products. And it's the clean makeup stuff that people talk about. It's the like, I don't know what makes it clean. I think it's like the talc freeness of it, but check your stuff, girl, because yeah, it's the stinkiest product I have ever smelled, which means after I'm done with this one, rather than using my Hourglass stick, which was my intention, I think I'm gonna have to start using my Say tinted moisturizer, because that I paid for that and it's Say, so it's probably going to go off. Honestly, if this wasn't broken, I would shelve it and reach for that one, but I'm pushing through this one for a reason. But this whole experiment of trying to use up stuff has taught me how long it takes to use a foundation. It takes a really long time. And why do I have several open right now? Why do I have several in my collection at all? Because I don't need maybe two. Mama! She's trying to crawl between my legs now. This is how I know, like, she's really running out of patience, because she is. Yeah, I know. Oh, you look so sad. Yeah. You do look sad, because she looks up at me and then she starts climbing on me, and then it's like, okay, seriously, hurry up, I'm tired. Wow, I hear you, baby. I do. I really do hear you. Alright, well, everybody knows how I do my makeup at this point. No need to bore you with that, because obviously you guys are here for the eye look. You're not here for the face, because like I do the same face every day. But I am going to post the finished look over on IG. I'm gonna let you guys go so you're not listening to baby screaming. for the next like 10 minutes while I finish this. But I hope you like the look. I certainly do. I definitely have an aesthetic, so you're going to see lots and lots and lots of sames, and really the fun part here is like what kind of combination of products can I mix to get the look I like, because the looks I do don't vary a whole lot. The products I use largely do, because for some reason I thought I needed like 50 of the same thing. So here we are trying to use it and trying to be a more mindful consumer in the meantime. But we still have all this samey stuff that I love. I do love it all. But I'm not going to force myself to do a bunch of different looks if I'm still liking the look I'm doing. Forcing myself to switch out products isn't enough. But anyway, I'm going to catch you guys at the same time, same place tomorrow. And we're going to go cuddle and take a nap. Yes, ma'am, we are. Bye.